Hey there, I'm Ethan, your Real Life English Fluency coach, and if you caught the last two lessons in our Learn English with TV grammar series, then you've learned all about the present tense, the present continuous, the simple past, and the past continuous. But today we are going to tackle one of the most common mistakes that English learners make all the time, and that is between the present perfect and the simple past tenses. Now we'll start out with a quick example. In the sentence, I've lived in Barcelona for 5 years, that would mean that in the past I moved to Barcelona and I'm still living in Barcelona. However, if we change it to I lived in Barcelona for 5 years, that would imply that in the past I moved to Barcelona, but now I am living somewhere else. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg with this complicated tense, but we're going to make it a lot more fun and easy for you with today's lesson. So we'll start out with a quiz to see how much you already know about the present perfect tense before moving into the full lesson. But first, if you are new here, every week we make new lessons like this one to help you to communicate more confidently in English. Like Samuel, who's told us that our lessons help him to understand the jokes in English. So remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell below so you don't miss any of our new lessons. So first, which of these clips contains the present perfect?
Well, I am married. Even though I haven't spoken to my wife since the wedding.
You are confident and you're punctual and you came up with this awesome plan.
Yeah, we came up with this awesome plan.
Because I was sitting there.
But then you left.
Well, it's not like I went to Spain. I went to the bathroom. You knew I was coming back.
What does this sentence communicate in the present perfect? A completed action, an action that started in the past and continues up to the present, a repeated action in the past. Now, which of these present perfect sentences is not about an action that started in the past and continues up to the present?
I've been in love with her for 5 years.
I've been in love with her for 12 years.
I've been in these overalls for an hour and a half.
Oh, I wanted a car like this since I was a kid.
You enjoy Canadian bacon? I've been to Toronto.
The right answer is this. Here, the present perfect is used to talk about a past experience. Get ready for this lesson because we'll cover this and other important details about the present perfect and how it is different from the past simple. Let's quickly review the basics. We've formed the present perfect with the have plus the past participle. So if we make a sentence with the verb write, we would say, I have written him a letter, or she has written me a letter. To form the negative, we simply add not. We have not been to London. And to form a question, we bring has or have to the beginning. Has she spoken to Michael? Have you watched this movie? The first use we'll see is exactly the one I described in the beginning of this lesson. We use the present perfect with since or for to talk about a period of time which continues up to the present. I said, I've lived in Barcelona for 5 years. But I can also say since and add the specific year. I've lived in Barcelona since 2015. Since and for are confused much too often. Remember this, with for we say a certain amount, and with since we say a specific date. For example, I've been sick for 5 days. I've been sick since Monday. If you said the same thing in the past simple, it would be, I was sick for 5 days. Note that I was sick since 5 days is completely incorrect. In the present perfect, this means that unfortunately, you're still sick. The past simple communicates that you're no longer sick. Let's now watch some examples with the present perfect tense using for and since.
We've been on the road for 6 hours and you've been asleep for 5.5.
It's very common to say something like, since I was a kid, or since I was, and then say your age at the time. Notice that this example is in the present perfect continuous.
Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. We are very excited about the merger with Sabre. I think you have a great accent.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on it since I was a little girl.
One of the key differences between the present perfect and the past simple is that when we use the present perfect, we don't specify the time of the action. However, when we use the past simple, we say when the action finished, and if we don't say it, it's because it's implied. Example: I've been to Mexico. I went to Mexico last year. We use the present perfect to talk about past experiences in our lives. This is why it is often a useful tense to start off a conversation, as you might ask someone about an experience they've had in the past. Have you ever been to France? And then, to get more details and specific information, we switch to the past simple. When did you go there? Notice how in this short dialogue, I start the conversation in the present perfect, and then we use the past simple as we go from general to specifics. Hey Andrea, have you watched the new season of Westworld?
Yes, I have.
What did you think of it?
I loved it.
Hey, would you like to understand natives no matter how fast we speak? And wouldn't you like to be able to watch your favorite movies and series without the subtitles? Well, our Fluent with Friends course can help you a ton in reaching your goal and having a lot of fun along the way. You will learn alongside the first 2 seasons of the TV series Friends, which various academic studies show is the best series out there for learning English. And you get PDF power lessons, vocabulary memorization software, access to our Fluency Circle global community, and so much more. And you can try it for free right now with our 3-part masterclass. What are you waiting for? Just click up here or down in the description below to learn more and sign up. We look forward to meeting you inside. In the negative, we use the present perfect for unfinished actions and events, often with still or yet. I still haven't finished my essay. I haven't finished my essay yet.
Of course people watch the show. You guys watch a show that's like 2 right there. Oh my God, you guys still haven't seen my show. We've seen it. Really? What color's the set?
I'm starving. Me too. Say something. Dad? We haven't had lunch yet.
Neither have half the kids in Africa. Stop yapping and get back to work.
With the past simple, the action has already come to an end, whether it's in the affirmative, I finished my essay, or negative, I didn't finish my essay. Remember, the past simple specifies when an action finished, and if it doesn't, it's because it's understood.
Oh.
What?
I just realized why I remember this place.
Really? What is it?
Oh, it's nothing. I went on a date with a guy who lived in this building and it didn't end very well.
That wouldn't by any chance be Joey Tribbiani.
Yes!
Of course it was.
We usually use a go with the past simple.
Are you serious? Chandler, we ate an entire cheesecake 2 days ago and you want more?
Well, I've forgotten what it tastes like, okay?
Hey, just a quick interruption. If you haven't yet, then I highly recommend that you check out the other lessons in our Learning with TV grammar series in this playlist, because it is the most fun way to polish up, or in other words, to perfect your English. So you will find that by clicking up here or down in the description below after you finish this video. And also remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new lessons on English grammar. These words are adverbs, and when you use the present perfect, you're also going to use these words. They're essential for connecting an action to the time in which they took place. Already is used to say that something has been done before and does not need doing again. Example, you've already told me that. Or you could say it in the past simple. You already told me that. By the way, in the US, we're more likely to use the past simple here, while in the UK, the present perfect is more common. We'll explore this more in just a moment.
Looks like she didn't leave in such a hurry after all.
Oh, I think this is the episode of Three's Company where there's some kind of misunderstanding.
Then I've already seen this one.
9 o'clock? How can I be so sleepy? I've already had 2 naps and 3 Red Bulls.
Let's now see some examples with ever and never.
Rabbits are adorable. Ducks are... have you ever been in a fight with a duck? I mean, ducks are jerks.
We met this guy in the park who thought Ben was really cute. You know, which he is. Anyway, he gave us his card and told us to bring him down for this commercial he's auditioning.
Whoa. This guy's like the biggest commercial casting director in town. Ben takes one lousy walk in the park and gets an audition? I mean, way to go, Ben! Man, I've been in that park a million times. No one's ever offered me an audition.
I know, it's crazy. We were just pushing Ben on the swings.
I'm always on the swings!
Okay, Mitchell, can I see you over here? Yeah, please. Hang tight, sweetie. Look.
What's she doing that with her face?
I don't know. I've never seen such a weird, forced smile.
How do I look?
Beautiful.
We use the present perfect with superlatives. Example, this is the best wine I've tried. Then you could say something similar with the adverbs ever, before, and never. This is the best wine I've ever tried. Or, I've never tried a wine this good before. You could emphasize a sentence like this with ever. This is the best wine I've ever had. American and British English speakers use the present perfect in very similar ways. Americans just use it a little bit less often. We use the present perfect in both American and British English to talk about a past action that's considered relevant to the present. For example, I've lost my keys. Now I can't get into my house. A use of the present perfect that's common in British English is to talk about a recent action. Example, I've just eaten. In American English, however, we tend to use the past simple, I just ate. So while British English speakers will say something like, I've just bought this, in the US, most times we will say,
No, this is a calming mister. I just bought this.
While British English speakers will say, she has just graduated, we will say,
She's looking for a job out here. She just graduated from Arizona State.
I've watched you screw up this office. I've watched you screw up this office for 10 years, and I'm filing a lawsuit, and I'm gonna tell them about every stupid thing you've ever done up in this office.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've lived with this woman for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
She's been showing us houses outside of the city.
Look at these men. They've managed to win the top science prize in the world.
That kid looks familiar.
Oh, yeah. He's done tons of commercials.
How come math is easy for Sheldon and hard for me?
I don't know, honey, but you have your own gifts.
Like what?
Well, like... You have very pretty hair.
True.
In either of these two uses of the present simple, meaning can change completely if you decide to use the present continuous. Let's look at this sentence. I work for